Well, there you go. I forgot.
I am here.
So,
Are you fully here?
For the foreseeable future, yes.
awesome.
So you can actually
I'll
play?
just. I mean, if he can't get on Roll20, he can still be on Discord, and then Nova could just roll the character.
Well, I'm on my PC at the moment. I was just packing up stuff in my room.
Okay.
Most of the move will be tomorrow.
Okay.
Cool.
Lucky.
Are you there, Novama?
I am here. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to load up the table.
We got the semi-full party with Clockhocken being the 4th player right now. Basically what it is. Alright. Well, we are live, so...
I think I'm gonna have to do a thing to get my internet going.
One second.
Close that out for a second. Alright. Oh, can someone speak for me for a second?
Hello. Oh my god.
Okay,
Hello
there's
yourself.
I need to turn Justice down, apparently.
Right click my name. And you should be able to see a slider bar.
I know, I was just like... I saw how high up you went. It was like, okay, turn you down. Where's the BRB thing? Getting everything set up. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're all set to go.
I think that Claire stepped away for a bit.
Okay. You good? Do you want to give us a rundown of what's going on so far, Baron? I mean, Nova? We got a few viewers.
Yeah, I can go ahead and let the people know what's going on. So, we are in the world of Azer, and as any of the regular viewers have noted, our band of Vanguard adventurers, or military soldiers, depending on how you look at it, have been caught up in what seems to be a serial case of petrification, in that they assaulted a troll the other day,
Completely by accident.
and they were hauled in by the city's water guard. The water guard being the police force as well as the defenders of the city.
Which apparently all look the same.
Wait, who are we explaining to?
Viewers,
Anyone and everyone.
Uh,
But the water guard do not all look the same. They just happen to wear a similar uniform.
and have the same hairstylist.
is this
and
any
have
better?
the same hairstyles.
My mic volume, is that better?
And you guys, after being questioned, were released from the water guard's HQ, and you are free to choose your own path. However, Sicario is going to be incarcerated for, I don't know, probably forever. And you three are just now getting on the road. You have crossed the great bridge that connects the city with the field beyond, and you guys are on your way towards the Druid settlement that's a little ways out. You guys have chosen to go that way because it's just one of the many things to do, I suppose.
He likes the ocean. And the
And
druids.
it's near the ocean.
Alright,
Alright. Well,
thank you.
seeing as everyone's here, I'll go ahead and move us in. Actually, that is one thing that I forgot. We had a contest last week, or was it the week before, where we were allowing 3 of our people to introduce their original character NPC designs,
Oh yeah.
and we voted.
Who won?
I'm about ready to look at the poll and tell you. And the result is a new tab. Looks like the corrupted painter giving life to his creations is in the lead. And so we will go with that creature as the winner. So that means, Gwen, you get to work with me to design a future leg of this campaign. Or just side story, whatever.
Oh no, I have like ideas for minions and the whole thing.
Okie doke. Meanwhile, the Dark Divine Witch Conjurer and the forces of nature known as the Contemplating Gods will be put into the world, and you guys will meet them as they become appropriate. And do not allow the contest to be the only time you submit ideas. The world is open and we can accept any submissions.
Viewers itself, the people who are watching, can also submit ideas for the creation of this world. It is completely blank slate of a world, so give
Any
us
ideas are good ideas,
Yes.
unless they're bad.
Yes.
No, feel free to F them up. I don't care. Alright. That said, I will probably get with you, Gwen, at some point, and we can discuss the details of that
Of course.
in the future.
Of course.
Okay. Well, you guys are crossing the bridge. Kerklockin is likely carrying Claire, while Baron seems to be carrying Gwen.
No,
You
actually,
guys
she's still on
cross-
his head. She's still on his head.
And you guys are crossing this great white bridge. The waters that surround the city of Bailiff, they are generally calm and serene. And looking down, they look very blue and very peaceful. You wouldn't have any reason to think this isn't probably one of the greatest places on the planet. And as you draw near to the end of the bridge, you come to the second gate, also manned by several water guard. But that's when you hear something. Seems to be a disturbance of sorts, arguing, perhaps.
I hop down off of Baron and walk closer to get a closer look.
you mean you can't help? Why can't you help? You're the water guard, by gum! Come on! Someone get out here! Help me!
Claire just sort of stares down. Oh, sorry.
What do you guys do? Claire.
I don't actually know. She's just gonna stare down.
Baron, what are you gonna do?
What is the problem, old man? Why can you not solve problem? Is your muscles not strong enough?
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
So I'm assuming you guys rushed to the scene to get the full picture.
Yes.
Mhm.
Alright. As you guys exit the gate, the water guard have no problem eyeing you and allowing you through. However, once you get outside, you see what appears to be a stout, well-muscled little man standing at the gate, and he is at the head of what appears to be a caravan of sorts. The wagons are in a series, and they have unique but singular design across all three wagons. You believe it to be likely some sort of company. And the wagons are decked out in various items, probably for trade or bartering of some sort. Anyway, the man in question is standing at the front and looking up at one of the water guard and shouting at him to lend aid. Baron is able to get in close and let the man know he's listening. So that's when the man looks up.
You! Vanguard, aren't you? You can help.
What gave it away? Was it my bulging pecs?
No, it's the disconjointed group that is the lot of you. Not a single uniform in sight, but you're going outside the walls as if you own the place.
I mean, I don't really own the place.
I mean, I just arrived. I haven't bought anything.
Ah! And stupid too! Perfect! I have a job for you if you're interested.
I am not interested. Thank you, good day.
Get lost!
Hello there, water guard. I have been acquainted with you since today. Your waiting cells are quite comfortable.
Noticed here, I am already dealing with one handful. Please move along, citizen.
What seems to be the problem?
I need an escort to the next town over, and they won't give it. They're the water guard, one of the best, and they can't handle a simple job as escort.
Where are you?
Trying to explain, sir. It is not the water guard's job to escort caravans.
No excuse. You have the ability, you should help. The roads are dangerous.
What do you mean? We walked away here and we were just fine.
You walk across... Oh my gosh. You crossed a bridge. Are you an idiot? You must have rocks for brains. Perfect.
I have
wish you would
muscles
come.
for braids. Yes.
Yes.
Hard muscles.
Super hard, right. I'm going
I'm
to
glad
stand
you
right in front of my
understand.
caravan, and you will block all the thrusts that come my way with that big fat muscle head of yours.
There's no fat on this perfect body of mine. More flexing.
I look up to the man and be like, where are you headed, first of all?
I'm headed to the city of Kaikot.
Kaikot.
It's the Elvish city, over to the west.
Claire's just sort of... She's kind of like lounging on Kirk Watkins, sort of not as worried as she used to be, but she just kind of looks over and says, oh, wait. Oh, can she do like a logic roll to know all sorts of information about that town?
Yeah, not really logic. You're probably gonna use learning.
Yeah.
On the chance that you have learned this information in the past. So you can go ahead and make a roll for Kaikot.
Did I do it?
I'm checking. Oh shoot, I didn't have the chat up. There we go. Okay, I can see it now after scrolling through everything. Yeah, your 15's fine. Kaikai is, like the man said, one of the larger cities. It's an elvish city, and it's not too far. It's definitely farther. Like, you will probably spend a good chunk of time traveling through the wilderness to get there. And it's not exactly within the borders of Bailiff, so you will be leaving the city-state of Bailiff behind to do this and cross border lines. However, the two settlements appear to be okay with one another. More specifically, the population of the place is several thousand, mainly elvish, although there are some dwarf and gnome residents. In fact, you probably recognize this man before you as a dwarf. The city itself is defended by magical constructs and wards. So going there, you will likely have to go through several layers of security to get into the city, which could be cool, and you know they'll probably be fairly well defended. So all you gotta do is get the caravan there, and the wards should see to the remainder of the job.
I'm sure.
You are also vaguely aware that there is a singular ruler of this city, and the rumors about this ruler vary widely, though it's not necessarily important to someone from Bailiff.
So, my brain isn't waking up yet, but she
Is
just
it-
sort of addresses the group and says, "It is not far. It would be a pleasant journey, and it is a well-defended location. It is outside of Velos, but it shouldn't be too much trouble."
Is it is it on that same path that we are headed?
It would seem to be in a different direction.
Hmm.
Whereas you guys are heading seaward and towards the forest, this would take you to the west. You would be going directly into forest and mountainous terrain and beyond.
Wasn't there a beast that was having a problem with the roads there?
Potentially. There was a job, if you recall, that suggested there may be some roaming beasts in the area, but you don't know if that was for this direction or for a different road. And for all you know, the beast migrates around the area, so you may run into something, you may not. You may run into something completely different. It's hard to say.
Alright, well...
But the claim that the roads are dangerous are indeed true. While Vanguard do patrol the roads, it's impossible to ward off every single monster and beast, and so a caravan, a big slow one at that, would be potentially vulnerable, more so than, say, a small group of 3.
I mean, I don't see why not. Could be fun.
Ah, see? The girl says yes! Alright, Muscles, you're up front.
I'm looking up to Claire first for her vote for it.
Well, it is not an official quest, but it would be enjoyable, I believe, to not be under their heel for a while. Her voice sort of hardens, but then she goes back to being happy as she thinks about, oh, I'm outside, I'm with Kerklak, and it's so nice here.
Yeah, you can be under my heel instead. Let's go.
No one is under the heel of my sister. She kind of gets angry a bit about that.
Yeah, no one's under her heel. She's too dang short. And the man says this looking up at you two.
I kind
Claire
of...
sort of frowns a little, like, Do you think it's worth it? As she looks over to Gwen.
She actually climbs up Clock and goes over to whisper to her sister.
And Kerclocken gets next to Baron's head so we can all have a little group chat.
I honestly think that it wouldn't be a bad idea. Though this dwarf can be a bit annoying, I'm sure he'll be okay.
Do you think he will even pay us?
That's a good question.
Just imagine Baron just flexing in the background as you two talk.
I look over back
Meanwhile,
to the dwarf's
the
rest.
water guard is just sighing and rubbing his forehead and his eyes. Just, oh.
Will we be paid for your services?
Yeah! As soon as we get to Kaikot, I'll pay you all individually, of course.
Sure thing. I don't see why that should be a problem.
Assuming y'all live, that is. I don't know about muscles there, but you two would probably make it.
Claire raises an eyebrow.
Yeah.
Why would he not make it?
Yeah, we raise a eyebrow and look over to Baron like, you sure about that?
He looks like one of them churchy sorts. Probably gonna start looking at his reflection and then get stuck there, gazing at it endlessly, like an idiot.
To be frank, not even a reflection does my body justice.
Don't
See what I
die.
mean? Well, here's hoping anyway.
Oh, I'm sure we can keep him focused, but I don't see why not following your caravan.
You're not following. You're gonna protect it. You're Vanguard, aren't you?
You know what I mean.
Not really. Not a mind reader. You girls all thinking alike. Ugh. Round up, man. We're out of here. F you, water guard.
You're welcome, water guard. I look over to the water guard and say, "You're welcome."
No. Just no. Please leave.
Then they've already had enough of our shit.
Oh, more than enough for one day.
Please. Please just leave.
Your hair looks frazzled. Perhaps you should see your hairdresser.
Please take this one, especially. If you lose him along the way, probably for the best.
Of course.
Alright. So, you guys are hanging out with this fella here. You find out he is a dwarf named Arum. He is taking his company, his caravan, to the Sea of Kaikot to do trade there. It's actually his home location. And he was passing through the Vela city-state and hoping to get an escort to go further on back to his home of Kaikot. Well, obviously the water guard wasn't going to have any of it. However, the Vanguard, who are assigned to patrol the roads, this would fall within your jurisdiction. And being that you don't have any immediate demands to go anywhere in particular, this is as good a service as any, and he's willing to pay. And after some, maybe an hour or two on the road, you do find out he does carry some exotic wares, and that he is a relatively proficient merchant, if not the richest, and you think he will likely pay you if you are able to successfully escort him.
He could also be a good contact for us in the future.
Potentially. And, who knows? The quartermaster, aka Claire, may find use for having contacts with a merchant dealing in exotic goods.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and get my weapons from Kloklakin.
You're gonna do what?
I'm gonna go ahead and get my weapons that we have stored in Kloklakin.
We're storing them in Kerclocken?
My weapons, at least.
This sounds like a perfect idea.
No, I mean, I'm pulling them out from where they were already stored in Kloklakin.
Hey, do you have any explosives, by the way?
No.
Oh, you need one. You really need an explosive, and you need to store it in Kirklocken.
No. No, I have a bladed whip and a naginata.
Wait a second. You got a big old Naginata shooting through his body somewhere?
It's just like stored in his body somewhere, yeah.
Just use your absorb objects.
That's what I did to put it
On
in.
Kirklocken.
I put it in his body and then I
Okay.
pull it right back out.
That works. Claire just has her pistol on her hip. That's all she needs.
I got my little magic gun, and Baron's got his muscles. All right.
And I got a naginata and a bladed whip. Which is
Okay.
which is like twice the height of her. The naginata's twice the height of her, and she can wield it pretty easily.
I don't even know, but okay.
Who knows? Let's see here.
Are we gonna do like positions around the caravan, or are we just gonna like talk it out, or?
Well, then I just said to just walk in the front.
Yeah, you're walking the front. I'm gonna
Sing
sit.
it to
Yeah.
all, watch me. Flex as I walk.
Let me see if I can get a caravan wagon on the table.
I think there is already a token for that comes with the whole thing.
Comes with what?
It comes with being on World 20. You get a token.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a library, I think. Or you can just like Google search and it'll come with the tokens or whatever.
Or at least a wagon.
Yeah, it's in the, well, click on the token area. Should be left of the journals.
Let's see here.
Wagon or cart will usually get what you need.
Well, let me use this one.
Some of them require you to have paid services, however.
Well, we just need something for the eyes, so it doesn't have to be too big. But why does it keep on refreshing when I try to click?
It can be a pain at
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, that's the one. Make it bigger.
There we go. Let's see if we can get the proportions right. Yeah, that looks about right.
If you hold Alt on the corner and shift it up and down, you can size it without having to snap to the grid.
Cool. Alright, so we'll say that this is one of the wagons in the train of three. You may position yourselves around it as you see fit, whether on it, in it, around it. I should say it as a background. Actually, get on top of it.
Yeah, one of the flaws I have for Claire is that she gets fatigued easily, like she gets sick. Like her thing is that she's sick and that she's just sort of like
Yeah.
isn't good at like lots of physical exercise.
Yep.
So that's why she stays on Kirklocken a lot of the time.
Travel. I can't handle it.
She's a
Perfect
fragile
career for
little
you.
thing.
I'm a delicate Valor.
Yeah, and Danny takes care of her. Guinevere. Ah, you have too many names.
Alright, so I guess I'll be at the back and Gwyn's just gonna
I'm just gonna.
nap in the wagon.
She's gonna ride on top and just like sit on top, meditating kind of thing.
Hmm. Ah.
Alright, so you guys are able to get with the wagon. Those of you who need to ride have a place to ride. Those of you walking in front, you're able to keep up. It's not too bad. Kirklocken's just clopping along behind, and you guys are making your way. The man, Aram, is leading the caravan just fine. He knows exactly where he's going, so that's not an issue. You guys, however, need to perform the service of being lookouts and being on your guard. So what I would like for you guys to do is to designate someone to be kind of a watcher of sorts. Someone to be a lookout and to ensure that nothing sneaks up on you guys
Be
while
right
you're
back.
going over the hills and through the forests and whatnot.
I was gonna say Kerclocken, but he has no perception. So
Perfect. I designate him.
no. Hmm.
Oh, I know what
I
to
have
do.
a little in my perception.
You have a what?
I have a little in my perception.
Same.
I mean, you guys tell me. Technically, you could all, I guess, use your time to be lookouts if you want.
I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hop off the wagon and switch to my Black Panther. And because my perception in that is 4, I'm gonna use that.
Alright. So you are going to turn into an animal, and from that you're going to be using your keener senses to, I guess, be a lookout. Okay. That makes sense to me. Baron said he'd be right back, but I'm under the impression he didn't have very high perception. Anyway, let me take a look, just in case. Could be a sleeper. Nope, absolutely nothing. Alright, about what I thought. So, Claire, or not Claire, Gwen, what form are you taking?
The Black Panther.
Alrighty. You know the rules for that, so what is its perception?
It is 4.
Alright, so you guys have been traveling probably for several hours now. At this point, the walled city of Valeth, the island, the lake, everything is behind you as you guys head out west. The world is big and the land stretches out before you. You see a mountain range and forests out beyond the grassy flatlands that you're currently crossing over. I'm gonna need Gwen to give me a perception check, please.
I'm back.
Welcome
Yay.
back. I'm a kitty.
No, you're a panther.
Shut up.
Excuse me, I'm making all sorts of noises.
Alright, your perception check is pretty on it. On the trail, far ahead of you, you see a speck of a something coming into view at the forest's edge. What would you like to do? You make out the distinct outline that's likely a humanoid form. The speck looks alone. So,
And none of us have seen it because it's just Gwen.
And
it's just Gwen for now.
Okay.
she kind of growls, let everyone know that there's something up ahead, and then
No. Growl, growl, growl. Growl,
that's
growl,
what I said.
growl.
I said she growls, as in to let someone know that someone's up ahead, and then heads up to get a closer look.
I mean, we don't know why you're growling, but it might be like, oh, there's something strange.
You mean
Basically,
you fell down the well, lassie? Are you sure?
shush you.
Is there something up ahead? Is it
Yeah.
gazing at me?
That's why I'm gonna rush up ahead in my leopard speed.
Alright.
She's fast as fuck.
Well,
Boy.
I mean, the horses aren't really going all that fast.
Yep.
So, it's totally plausible. Anyway, cool. Let's see if I can find something to stick down real quick, so that way you have something to look at. There we go, this will work. Alright, so an individual stands there. He appears to be dressed in leathers and has a very earthy scent to him. and wood and pine, and he has a bow and a sword with him. And he's just kind of leaning up against a tree. He barely stands out. It's kind of a miracle you noticed him. You likely smelled him more than saw him. And as you approach, you realize this individual's fairly short. He's probably about your height, maybe shorter as far as your original form. So I'd say no more than 4 feet tall. He has dark hair, dark eyes, and almost fayish face. Just this idea of childish whimsy is on it, even though he seems to be a bit of a harder sort. At your rapid approach, he draws out his bow and knocks an arrow.
Okay. With my nature's ally, people and creatures that just connected to the land have a steep respect for the natural order. So, could he ever sense that and kind of like sense my deep nature, like, or kind of thing, and calm down, or is he?
As he has yet to really know or understand you, probably not. He just sees a panther for whatever reason charging at him.
She does
And
stop.
generally when they do that, it means they're about ready to pounce. So
I do stop right as he draws the arrow and kind of look at him. Still.
alright. The fellow lowers the bow just a bit, though he keeps the arrow knocked. So, hey, what you doing?
Who's speaking?
The guy. Okay, the guy.
I mean,
She
do you
kinda-
think Aram sounds like that?
I mean, he kind of does. I don't know. I mean, slightly louder. Like, yeah, never mind. Go ahead.
She kind of knocks his head at him and then looks around the area to see if there's anyone else. Or is it just him?
I don't know. What do you see? Right now, you just see him.
I'm looking to see if there's like anyone else around. There's like any other bandits, if he's like a bandit or anything like that.
Well, you don't see anyone else around at the moment.
Should she do a perception check to be doubly absolutely sure?
That's what I was
Yeah,
going
she
to.
wants to.
See, that's what I was asking, if I should do that or not. But it didn't matter.
You said no words along that line at all. And you are unable to discern if there's any other men lying in wait further in the forest. At present, you just noticed this one. This
Okay.
lone man who is kind of too short to be a man, though he has the facial features of a grown individual. You might expect him to be one of the demi-human races, like
Yep.
the dwarf Aram that leads the caravan.
Okay. So she shifts back into her normal form. And with a nagi nata in hand. And she's just like, is it just you here or are there others?
Yes, me.
You a hunter?
I hunt. What's that to you? You
I
haven't introduced yourself. You expect
Oh.
me to answer all your questions.
My name's Guinevere. I'm just with the caravan up ahead.
Right?
Wanted to
I
keep an
imagine
eye
as
out.
much.
Just
You
keeping an
seem
eye
a
out.
little quick to jump the gun, aren't you?
I never judge a book by its cover, but I always wanted to be sure.
That's kind of foolish, don't you think? Rushing out all by yourself. Let's suppose I did have a whole bunch of other people around. You'd be easy pickings, don't you think?
Not really.
Ah, then foolish too. Well, nature will surely cure that real quick.
I'm sure it will. Alright. And she kind of starts to walk back.
The caravan has stopped at the sudden leaving of your druid. So now that you're walking back, Aram's going to be like, "Hey, why we stopped?"
Nothing to worry about. Seemed to be just a hunter.
"All right, get him moving again. And big guy, keep walking or we'll mow you down."
These muscles are unstoppable.
"You better not hurt my horses, you biggin."
Do not worry. I am quite friendly.
Claire is
"That's
gonna
disgusting."
kind of hop onto the wagon a little bit. Well, before it started moving super fast, just go
Hello,
over
small
and,
hunter man.
like, ask
"What's up, man?"
Gwen.
Says the little man looking up at you. He is, let me see here, if you're close to 10 feet tall, he's like maybe a fourth your size. So he probably comes up to maybe your knee, if that.
You might wish to step off the road. There are horses coming. You might be crushed underfoot.
Yeah, probably. He goes
Thank
ahead
you.
and shifts around to the side of the tree.
Claire just sort of has grasped the shoulders of Gwen. Is like, why did you do that? It was so reckless. You could have been ambushed. He could have been a demon in disguise. You don't know what could have happened. Don't do that.
It was fun. I also gave him a bit of a scare, so that was also fun.
Claire just turns around and pouts.
She kind of pets your head like, it's okay.
The cart and wagon and all the things with the caravan are able to march on past, assuming nothing else needs to be said or done. The lone individual just seems to watch, nod his head to those who acknowledge him, and you guys are free to pass, entering the forest.
Can I do like a learning check on the dude?
Maybe a perception check if you wish to know more about him just from looking at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh Jesus!
Hey!
Oh boy.
Well, I
I
can't
see
tell you what
the
he...
air that he breathes and the sweat on his chin.
You just get a bunch of information there.
Claire, you have a spontaneous moment of Sherlock Holmes, and
Time
Let me
slows
just-
down.
give you some info on this fellow. So, obviously, the man's a male. He's a halfling, explaining his size. His races are generally short like that, though they have varying variations of themselves. His profession appears to be ranger, as his clothing and skill set appears to be that of one. The rangers in this world are largely responsible for patrolling the forests and the wooded area. The area is supposedly dangerous to travelers. They try to help make at least the roads safe going through them, though they do not actively subjugate all of the forest, believing that some of the wildness is kind of redeeming. You don't know the name of this specific individual, though you have heard of folks like him in these woods. Lately, he and his kind are seeking to protect the forests from an evil force, though you have not really had much dealings with those they are protecting the forest from, as you guys are going towards the edge of Valeth territory.
So as the wagon sort of goes past him, well, I guess she would sort of try and knock on the roof and ask him to stop. Would they even do that?
Yeah, it'd stop, because
Okay.
not every wagon is manned by Aram, so...
Alright, so Ranger, you know which direction we're heading. Do you know if we should be worried of anything?
No, not particularly. Things should be rather settled, and I imagine the big fella in front would keep you safe. Though that metal contraption there you got in the back, that might help as well.
But if something were to come after us as we go to Kaikot, what would we want to look out for?
Probably that druid of yours running off and getting herself killed. That'd probably be the first thing.
But what would kill her?
Oh, the beasts of the forest. There's many of them.
Yes.
Any one of them would likely come down and gobble her up like a morsel.
I can be a beast as well.
Oh, I'm sure. You're already a beast to deal with, I'm positive.
Thank you.
So you don't think we shall run into any trouble?
If you stick together and keep your wits about you, I think you'll be alright. And even if trouble should come, I imagine you're a stout lot that can deal with it. Though these wagons will be slow going through there, so there won't be much running away if things do go south. But I won't worry about it too much.
Thank you, good sir. I hope to see you again this time, or next time we pass through here.
Perhaps. Or one of me kin. And there'll be more of us in the forest as well. We may be able to lend aid if needed.
Yes, thank you. For we are Vanguard, a Vanguard unit, and we perhaps should be working together with you in the future.
Perhaps.
He just smiles happily at him.
He winks.
Yay!
You seem to have made a friend, though you haven't really asked his name.
Oh, sir, what is your name?
His name is Rogue Allards. Let me type that.
Yeah. Because it just sounds like the word rogue said weird.
The pronunciation's off, but yeah.
Yay!
I don't know how to do all those weird pronunciations or the right spellings. So I just spelled it like that.
Alrighty.
Allards are a clan of halflings that are prone to be rangers of this area. So you'll likely meet up with his cousins and siblings and extended family.
Yay! So Claire seems a bit happier being away from the city and away from, like, the Vanguard people that are super mean. So, she's gonna be a bit lighter now, I think.
Okay.
Hey! Why the F did we stop again? Darn it! We're never gonna get there. I'm losing money. We're losing daylight.
We can
Did
go.
Piggins trip on his muscles or something?
We just wanted to ask a few questions. You're good.
Claire just sort of
I know I'm good.
We're all good.
Gonna mow someone over. Let's get going.
No, the wagon, come back!
That's okay. Alright. You guys carry on.
Ding!
And
exactly what that was.
you enter the forest. The forest is big. You get a sense that's very old. The trees tower above you several stories. The canopy is thick, and it's already been probably a couple days since you left Bailiff. So the time of day is probably around noon by the time you meet up with the ranger. But even though it's noon, it is very dim inside the forest. Forests in general in Aesir are deep and dark things, and many of them have the corruption, because magic is prone to gathering in these ancient places.
Yep.
You hear the occasional hoot of an owl or the skitter of a creature that you do not see. And the ground is not as even. There is no paved road, just a path kind of chopped and worn for many years and several thousand travelers.
Yet, Guinevere has entered the mode of meditation as she listens to the forest. Quite happy, keeping her wits about her, though.
Claire's just making, like, cute little animals with her little gears. Justice,
Aaron,
you flex.
Justice. You mean Baron?
Baron! Well, Justice can also flex.
That's true. I can.
Good job, Justice. Way to keep the muscle.
Let me just roll strength. Let's see how well my flex goes.
Yeah.
If you fail the roll, you're gonna hurt yourself.
I did not fail this roll.
If you get a natural 20, you break a tree nearby.
Unfortunately, I did not get a natural 20.
That would have been funny, though. Just flex and the tree breaks nearby. You're like, what the fuck?
Alright. So Baron flexes his muscles. It's a very good flex. Though the horses have to draw up short, as suddenly this man is stopping and is like, and just then, boom! You hear a big old roaring sound. Justice, you might be deceived into thinking you did that. You guys in the back, you almost certainly believe he did that.
No, Baron fully believes he did it. Ah, yes. The power of muscle.
Ah! It's almost like the quickening in a Highlander movie or something. So
What the fuck?
anyway, the roaring sound continues.
I'm looking around.
And you guys, what do? Let's start with Baron, as you are furthest down the path at the moment.
Right. I was packing something. Tell me what happened again? I'm sorry.
So, when you flex your muscles, a massive roaring sound
Oh, I got that.
happened. But it kept happening.
Muscles, quiet down. I just, slap my biceps. You must stop. You're scaring the others.
It's true. The horses are a little startled. But the roaring continues. Looks like Gwen made a perception check. You're in your normal human form, though.
I did count for that.
Did you use the appropriate dice?
Yes.
You did? Cool. Yep, you rolled sufficiently enough that you think that the sound is indeed not coming from Baron. You think it's coming from further up and into the forest. Maybe a bit off the path. Or perhaps there's a path in that direction further ahead. What do you wish to do? As of right now, the horses are paused as you guys are trying to decide what is the nature of the situation.
Baron, that wasn't you. That was an animal of some sort. Keep a lookout. That's about it. That's all she does.
I will keep my eyes open and my muscles ready.
Of course.
Claire is a little spooked, so she's gonna call Kerquakin over and jump on top of him again, because he's pretty good at keeping her safe.
However, you do notice that this terrain is a little rugged for poor Kerclocken. So while he can walk over it, you have a bit more of a jostled step as his head sways back and forth with the uneven ground beneath his feet.
Bounce.
Okay.
Bounce.
Maybe
bounce.
I'll jump back on the wagon.
It's like, never mind.
Yeah, if he needs to swing at things, he might throw me off. So.
Alright. Eventually, Aram comes out, starts shouting again, and you guys move forward. And
I did
despite the
say that
horses-
for us to keep moving anyways.
What's that?
I did say that we were keeping moving.
You can say whatever you want, but it's Aram who says horses move.
Okay.
When they stop moving. Because the horses stopped of their own volition at the sudden
Oh.
sound. Alright, so you guys are back on the trail again. You move further ahead. Eventually, you do indeed find a trail that leads off to the right. And to the right, you see a mist of sorts. And the roaring coming beyond the trees in that direction.
Let's see. Hey, Aaron. Are we going down that path?
What? No! That's not the way!
Alright.
So wait, which way are we going?
We're gonna continue going.
Straight.
Yep.
So we're not going the way with the spooky noises in the
Nope.
mist.
Nope.
Well, it is our duty to get them to the city. We can come back and deal with things later.
Always. Yep.
Tell the guard about it and just kind of maybe deal with it ourselves later.
Okie doke. You guys have camped a few times now, but it's time to camp again. As evening draws near, you assume it's evening, though you really have no good indicator other than it's becoming nigh impossible to see the path in front of you. So, the wagons circle up on the road as best they can. A campfire is being prepared and lit. You have no shortage of wood, and the forest is just a buzz of noise and commotion. You have yet to see anything overly monstrous or dangerous as you're passing through. There's obviously some weird critters moving about, but nothing too crazy. How would you like to spend your evening? Gwen.
Probably going about near the campfire. At least enough to where she's still seeable, you know, not too far. But enough just looking around on the ground for any supplies of some sort.
Wake up! The bomb is going off!
Sorry, that's my alarm. I have to set it. But yeah, just looking around for supplies and stuff. Any natural herbs, anything. Druid stuff.
Alright, we'll get to that in a bit. Queen, what would you like to do?
I'm thinking that maybe Kerclocken will sort of put his hands together to make a little bed for her, sort of above the ground, because bugs are icky.
That's right. Not to mention, you could totally sleep on the wagon, but Kerclocken's so much more at home to you.
Yes.
Baron, what would you like to be doing?
We're still traveling, yes?
We
You
stopped.
are, but you are stopping for the evening. Are you paying attention, Baron, or are you distracted?
I am very distracted, I'm sorry.
It's nighttime and it's dark and it's time to sleep.
It's nighttime, it's dark, it's in a forest, and Gwen is actively going to leave the camp and search around in the immediate area for supplies. Meanwhile, the caravanners are preparing the camp for evening. You think there might be a meal getting prepared, a fire lit, maybe some light story and entertainment before everyone turns in. So there's plenty to see, to help with, to do. You're sure Aaron's probably yelling at someone somewhere.
I'll approach Aaron. You, short man, what might
You, big man!
require of me?
I require you to get out of my way! I gotta tell that guy how to pick up sticks.
I can easily pick up sticks.
You can? Alright, here's what you do. You go into the
quite
woods.
an expert
You
for
find
picking
some
things up and
sticks.
putting them down.
Give me big
Alright.
sticks. You got big muscles. I bet you can do it.
Alright, I'll be back. Do I find a fallen tree anywhere?
You do. Give me
I'm
a
a
strength roll.
Take that with me.
Just.
I just like it. How do I re-roll this? What do I spend? A legend point?
You don't have any.
You don't have any legend points.
Dang.
I mean, it's 12, so for you it is whatever is easy. So you find a branch. It's a hefty branch, but it is not an entire tree. No, it's just a big, thick branch that likely fell off a tree at some point in the recent history. It's pretty big, though. You're gonna come back with the whole thing. It's at least 10 feet long and a foot around.
I'm gonna try to pick it up once again.
I mean, you can easily pick it up. Are you saying you're gonna look again for something bigger?
I'm gonna carry that, and I'm gonna look for another tree.
All right.
One's not enough.
All right. Well, go ahead. See what you find.
What do I roll to find some stuff?
No, I mean you just roll another might. See how much better you can do. Good. I was hoping you'd do that. All right. So you pick up your branch. It's big, little rambunctious. Do you think it might be on the small side? So you look a little further.
You fucking.
What do I
Alright.
find?
So let me tell you what you found. You find a big, long log. Big and long. Like you're feeling this. This will keep them wooded up all night. You're really pumped for this. So you wrap your big biceps around it. You can't even grip around the entire tree all at once. It's just laying on its side, covered in moss and lichen and all that. And you're just like, "Argh!" And the whole ground beneath your feet trembles as you lift this massive timber. It is so huge. Trees snap as you are just pulling this up, and the little saplings and branches have to get out of the way as you hoist this massive beam of some sort. And you carry it back to camp.
You short man, I have what you need.
Oh my god! Let me illustrate to you just what you found.
The redwood tree.
Oh god.
Alright. Here it comes. That is what you have found.
Oh shit.
Will this be enough for you?
That's
Enough for me! You just deforested! What the heck?
Dog is only a single tree.
You lay it down. However, no matter how gently you lay it down, it comes out being a thud. And Gwen, you can feel vibrations in the ground from this. Claire, even though Kerklocken's the one on the ground, not you, you can feel it straight through Kerklocken like you were standing on the ground.
It kind of makes Guinevere jump in the air a little bit.
But then that's when something's a little off. As the campfire is lit and torches around the caravan are lit as well, this log, something's off about it.
Can I go and inspect it?
It's
Yeah.
actually alive, and the small rock dragon.
Gwen, can you go ahead? You were going to go searching for stuff.
Yep.
We'll say that on your searching, you notice Baron's log.
Do I just do perception?
You can do perception. And Let me check. You might be able to do one other thing if you prefer. I would also accept logic.
I'm gonna do perception.
Alright, pretty good. While this does indeed look brown and green and the appropriate colors of a massive tree ripped out of the forest, there's a problem. There are no branches, at least no branches that stay stuck to this thing, and it's much too dense, much too heavy. It immediately sinks into the ground after Baron laid it down. What's more, it's a bit too smooth. You brush away some of the moss and lichen, and you see that beneath all the green and the wood chips and everything else that sprinkles this thing, it's stone beneath. This isn't a tree. This is actually the pillar of something.
You didn't find a tree.
What?
It's not a tree. It's
Are
stone.
you sure? Oh no! No!
It was pretty dark out there.
We cannot burn this.
I mean, it's still a good... It's this huge fucking pillar. Where the fuck did you find this, man?
On the ground.
Claire just sort of hops down and maybe she can, like, does she know anything about, like, designs on the pillar?
Go ahead and give me a perception. See what you find.
Yes, do that. Sister, you're smart.
Roll
Nope,
my
she's too tired.
perception. Not much better.
You guys don't notice anything too intricate. However, there are indeed carvings in the stone that anyone with eyes can see. You think this belonged to a ruin of some sort, some bygone civilization or settlement within this very forest.
Mm.
However, there's only so much you can gain by looking at the stone. You think an expedition that direction, where Baron come from, would likely reveal more if you actually were curious enough to know.
This seems like to be a ruin from nearby.
Oh, some place to explore, to leave my mark of muscle.
Possibly, but I'm not sure it'd be okay to leave the caravan here.
The ranger did speak of dangers in the forest as long as you didn't go running off again, Gwyn.
Should I just
was
take the
just-
pillar with us?
Yes, that's a great idea. Yes, take the pillar, pick it up, and move it back where you found it.
Yes, that'd be a good idea.
No, I mean down the way of the caravan. You know, if something appears, I could drop it on them.
He's not wrong.
Perhaps leave it as a marker for when we come back.
That'd be a good idea.
Hold on. I pull out like some charcoal and just scribble, Baron was here. Muscle spirit.
Medieval graffiti.
It's like placing your flag on top of Everest. Everyone's gonna see it. You want to stick your
Speaking of
flag
which-
right by it.
I do have a flag. The flag in my picture, I actually do have that.
Yeah, you could totally place a duplicate of that. Just stab it into the pillar, you know.
I only have one, sadly. I carry it around. Now everyone will know, by the power of muscle, this pillar was placed here. May
Could you-
the faithful journey and look upon its glory.
Could you at least move it out from the middle of the campsite?
Okay, and he'll proceed to roll it.
Oh god.
I mean, pick it up like you did before.
If you insist. Can I, though? Yeah, if I'd done it once, I guess I could do it twice. Yeah. Yeah, get it out of here.
Get out of here.
A little easier to roll across the road. Bit more even ground. Alright, so you move it out of camp.
It would be a good defensive wall.
That it is.
Or just a big detriment to anyone else walking across the road later on.
Wait, this is on the road.
Yeah, unless you want to move it off.
I did say move it away from the campsite.
Baron, what are you doing?
I am moving it.
He's not going to roll it into the forest. There's trees in the way. He's going to roll it down the road.
Are we camping on the road?
No.
Pretty much. There's not really anywhere off the road to go because
Look,
it's a forest.
I'm just moving it to the side, and I'm gonna go find an actual tree to bring back as wood.
If he like rotates it so it's not like across the road, just sort of like off to the side.
Can I stand it upright?
Yeah, if you give me a good might roll, yeah. It was a point short of what I wanted. So you pick it up enough that you start leaning it. Doesn't actually fully leave the ground, but you are able to pick up one end with your knees.
Can Kirklocken go help?
Yeah, if he needs to, but Baron.
Step away, Kirklocken.
So
I
Baron's
must
able.
do this.
So while Baron isn't just hoisting the whole thing like before, he can at least pick up an end and walks it upright next to a tree where he stands it.
That is much better, Baron, thank you.
Gwen, if you can climb on top of it, I bet it has a great view.
I hate to say he's not wrong, so I'm actually going to try and do that.
Maybe make a smaller rectangle so it's like a cross section.
Let's see here, what's climbing? What would be climbing?
Might.
Do you have a monkey form?
I got a gorilla, which I'm gonna do that. Time to climb the pier as a gorilla.
Gonna need a might roll. You are unable to get all the way up the pillar.
I like climb up halfway, then I slide back down.
Unfortunately, the sudden appearance of a gorilla, as well as the scrabbling, climbing, trying to get up it, has drawn some attention. There are some eyes watching you from the darkness. They look curious.
The gorilla looks back at the eyes.
The eyes are bigger than the gorilla's eyes.
Have the rest of us noticed the eyes?
Nope, only the ape so far.
She kind of makes a growling noise like she's done before. It's like,
Do we hear that?
The gorilla's just hearing it so far. You might hear Gwen's growling, though.
basically.
I think Claire would be over by Baron, sort of chastising him for putting it on the road.
But I had to lift it. It was challenging me.
Rock can't challenge you, Baron.
I kind of
Everything
walks.
can challenge you.
I walks back over and I poke Baron on the shoulder and I point over to the eyes.
What is it?
When Baron looks, the eyes are no longer there.
I see nothing but darkness. Do you wish me to lift the darkness? I'm sorry, but my muscle spirit has not reached that level yet.
I kind of shift back after a bit.
Claire's gonna
Looking
call
back.
Walking over, because that sounds like whatever. Like even without Gwen saying anything, she knows something's wrong.
Does she?
Well, maybe. Gwen is kind of weird.
Quinn is weird.
Kirklockin maybe won't come over.
Okay.
Um,
So the gorilla doesn't see anything anymore.
I just saw. Yeah, I shift back to normal and be like, I saw some eyes watching me. Big yellow eyes. It's not
Were
a
they
good
yellow
thing.
eyes?
I think they were. You did say they were yellow.
Yeah, they got yellowish tint to them.
So, some night creatures at least. Something that survives in the night a lot better.
Okay, now Claire is freaked out. She's gonna yell, Kirklockin!
Go cocky.
Clank, clomp, snap, crack, stomp, crack, thump, thump.
She scrambles on top of him and just sort of clings to him.
Like the Iron Giant. He just lowers a hand and helps his master up.
Basically.
Yep.
She kind of walks back towards the pillar to get a closer look to see if they're back or something. Wondering where they went.
You start looking around the pillar to see if there's anything.
Yeah.
At the moment, you do not see anything that would suggest there were a pair of eyes looking at you a moment ago.
Huh.
And you can't see anything.
However, go ahead and give me a perception check since you're
You
looking.
just did.
I just
Oh.
did.
Yeah, you're not feeling it. You're not feeling it. You actually spin around trying to find whatever you're looking for, and you get dizzy and you flop down on the ground, lying next to the pillar, just like, whew.
I heard that in the background.
My dad is watching something else.
However, in your blurry, starry-eyed vision, Gwen, you notice something else.
What did I notice something with a perception of 3?
Looking off between the trees into the darkness ahead of you, so this direction now, as your back is to the pillar, you see some flickering red illumination out in the distance. And as your vision clears, it remains. There are some faint red glows flickering out that way.
Hey, Baron, behind you.
I turn.
Baron, too, also sees the lights. Baron, you would recognize this is the general direction from which you found your pillar.
Huh. They came from where I came. Perhaps they too saw my amazing. Quick, come out, brethren, and join me in
What?
glorious muscle
Um,
spirit.
Could I recognize them at all?
Watch as I flex. I'm gonna flex
You
my
see-
bicep at them.
Okay, you see red flickering lights. You don't necessarily know what those lights are.
That's what I want trying to figure out. What would I roll for that?
Are they
It
impressed
is-
by the flex?
Yeah, everyone is impressed by your flex.
Yeah, Claire's trying to look at it, but she's so
Um,
afraid.
They just seem like flickering lights off in the distance.
Damn.
Gwen feels the same way.
Hmm.
You might do a logic roll to discern the nature of the lights, as rather than trying to see them better. You're trying to figure out what they are.
Well, there you go.
Getting good rolls.
Claire, you think they are flames. You think the flickering nature of the light will suggest that there are some flames out there, illuminating something.
There are flames in that direction. I would prefer to alert the caravan to this.
Yeah. We're gonna do that.
Okay.
Ah! What?
There are flames arms and there were eyes, so you should wake up.
Huh? It's a forest. It's full of creatures. I don't gotta wake up for nothing. You're here. That's your job. You check it out.
You're not worried about fire?
Fire? I'm sitting right in front of one, Missy.
Perhaps you should at least wake up your men.
Ah, they're eating stew. Leave them alone. They gotta listen to me yelling all day. Might as well have a moments of peace, which is being disturbed right now. So being talked to about silly little fires off in the forest.
Speaking of stew, then Guinevere's gonna go and have some herself.
Yeah, get yourself some. Get some muscle on that thin frame of yours. Unhealthy for a woman to be so thin.
So, we see eyeballs, we see fire, so you get a snack.
It's the thing to do. Baron, you know that you need to eat regularly to maintain your body mass.
It's true. I will feast.
Alright, feast it is. The merchant has some pretty good rations. Like, these aren't just Vanguard trail rations. Like, he's bringing out the roast and the potatoes and the gravy. You're kind of wondering to yourself, where to keep all this stuff? But, hey, it's good food, and he's eating like a king out in the middle of the wood.
I am having a ball eating.
Your food is quite nutritious. I can feel my muscles recovering from their arduous tasks.
Yeah.
Great, you aren't dead yet. This is perfect.
So, Claire is freaked out, but she decides she'll sit down with her companions, but Kerklockin, like, I think, like, can Kerklockin just, like, pick up the pillar and then move it sort of, like, across, so, like, the fires would have to get over the pillar?
You want to try and move the pillar around.
If the trees of the forest immediately around your camp were to catch fire, no pillar is going to stop that.
Well, I know,
Because
like,
the
I thought,
trees go up several stories.
well, I
Their
was
fire would descend upon you like a rain.
thinking maybe they were torches.
Maybe those fires are torches, but you would have to get closer to see.
Yeah, I'm just worried about maybe they're gonna come in this direction.
Maybe they will. You don't
Yeah,
know.
during the entire time while Guinevere is eating, she's keeping an eye on the torches, seeing if they're getting closer or not.
Kerklockin, please create defenses for us with the pillar. Let's see. Oh, Jesus! Why?
So,
Why am I so good
Kerklockin-
today?
Yeah. So Kerklockin goes ahead and hoists it up like Baron did earlier. You feel the steam and the pressure coming off of Kerklockin as his servos are working on overdrive to hoist this massive hunk of stone and carry it over to the road, over which he lays it.
So the fires are gonna be heading down the road towards us?
Not necessarily down the road, but they would have to get past the pillar at this point to get to the
Okay.
camp.
Can I try and notice how close they are now after we've sort of been eating?
I mean, you guys have seen about how far away they are.
Oh, okay.
They're off in the wood. You'd probably think at least 50 meters. It's a little bit of a miracle that you can see them through all the trees and
Hmm.
everything.
Okay.
I would not worry about it, Claire. Not gonna come any closer. We should be fine.
But it is my job to worry. And to make things. But mostly worry.
Sis, your job is to make things and not worry. This is where my kind roam. We survive in the forest. We train in the forest. Don't worry.
Claire, you read more than enough books to know that you definitely should worry. You should definitely worry.
Yeah.
Guinevere is still telling her not to worry too much. Just keep an eye on it. If it gets closer, then it's a problem.
Claire's just gonna sort of cling by the feet of Kerklockin. Oh, can you move the pillar so I remember where it is?
Oh, let me go ahead and just give an illustration of the camp and where the pillar is in relation and the fire. Let me go ahead and just do a quick freehand. So, if you guys are the camp here in this circle with caravan, people, and everything, you know, coiled around a single fire or set of fires, you guys are in the middle of the road, right? It's a big old path leading and winding through the forest. Kerklockin has since laid the pillar down as best he can, setting it between you guys and the fire, which seems to be out here somewhere.
Okay.
So that's a loose interpretation of what is going on.
Yep.
Alright, that helps me visualize it better.
And with that little graffiti, I think I'll go ahead and make Mr. Pillar go away for the moment.
But it's such a happy pillar.
Okay. You guys have ate your fill. Some of the caravanners tell stories about the places they've been, the things they've traded and seen, the women, the men, etc., etc. You guys are able to share stories of your own if you wish. In fact,
Yes.
you're even encouraged to share some of your stories, as it's kind of customary for travelers to talk about themselves. Like, these guys have been together for a long time, so anything they share is mainly for the benefit of you three. And they would probably all be eager for new stories.
I do go
from you
ahead
guys.
and tell a story about how one time her sister, while she was constructing the beast, it kind of went amok and just leaked oil all over the place, and we had to clean it up. It was hilarious. She was covered in oil for days and smelled of it too.
Little Missy making a mess.
Claire is sort of oddly silent during the telling of the past stuff. She just kind of leaves that to Gwyn.
Is Claire embarrassed?
I'll be right back. I gotta go get pizza.
Embarrassed by the
Alright.
story, yes, but also even before it came to the oil story, she's kind of like, I don't want to talk.
Alright.
Oh, I do remember this one time, the water god, brought in the vanguard for us for questioning, after we tried to put a troll back together after it got turned to stone for some reason.
Whoa.
Yeah,
No way.
and they decided to question Baron, of all things.
That lump of muscle? Ha! Bet
It-
he gave him a dumb answer.
Oh, I am sure he did. In fact, that's why the water god resent him so much. They just don't want to deal with him anymore. It's hilarious.
I believe it. I barely deal with him myself. That's why I march him out front. Keep an eye on him. If I don't like what he's doing, I just whinny the horses just a little bit, and they start clopping a little faster.
Like I said, we can talk all we want. He's still over there flexing. I don't know what's up with that.
Next time you see a water guard, bring up their hairstylists.
Yeah, do that. That's what apparently Baron does that a lot.
Hairstyles, what are those?
You
Uh,
notice that the men in the caravan are not the most well kept. Like, they dress well enough, but they're men of beards, and hair, and manliness.
The people who style hair in a certain fashion, and apparently these water guard have this one hairstylist that they all go to.
They keep them pampered and clean.
Oh, the puffs. They're puffs, aren't they?
Puffs?
Yeah, puffs.
I never heard of that before.
puffs. Yeah. They like others of the same sort, you know? Puffs.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, probably.
I got you. All right.
I never really heard
Now
of
I think about it, that guy did seem kind of puffy.
I
Like I
do
said.
not think those correlate, but I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming she would have some idea of like science or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he was just calling them all homosexuals.
Yeah, but like,
Oh, he was calling them all homosexuals?
yeah.
Or metrosexuals.
Whatever.
Whatever term fits best.
I think one time my sister got really lonely one night. I don't think that would be a good idea to tell this story.
What did
No,
I do?
you gotta tell it now. You can't leave us hanging. What's the story?
Sister, do you remember that creation you made that got a bit too excitable and blew up every fucking second? Basically. You know, he would look at you, get so excited about you that you created him, and then he'd blow up.
Oh, yes, that one had to be put down. Although perhaps I could have made a lot of money off it. Perhaps I should sell the patent.
Yeah, you did call him Ramrod for some reason. I'm not sure why you called him that.
I mean, I sort of think of Claire as kind of asexual, so...
Just curious, not actively invested.
Basically, yeah. So you tried to create something that did it, and it went really badly.
Yeah.
Crunch, 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 metal on metal. Chink, 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 chink.
Basically.
Alright. Story time ends eventually. Everyone's had a good chat. It's been mostly humorous, and no one's been attacked by any strange beasts. Though the flames burning in the darkness in the distance are still there. Everyone begins settling down for the night. They leave the fires burning so as to deter any common wild animal, and perhaps some of the more monstrous as well. Light, fire, those things aren't overly common in the forest and may be a bit of a startle to most.
Of course. Do we get a set watch with the other people who are here, or is just us who is doing a set watch?
It's kind of expected that someone's watching. You don't necessarily have to set shifts, as there are other caravanners who will probably be up as well. But at
Alright.
least one of you will be expected to take a watch.
I'll take a watch.
Okay. So while everyone settles down for the evening and
And
quiet,
Kirklock goes through his sort of, like, updates. I guess, like, he goes
Yeah.
over the data for the day, and...
You do your
Sort of.
maintenance on him, basically.
Yeah.
After repeating this cycle, delete this servo.
Alright. So Gwen, you are able to transform on your shift, that is.
Yep.
And it goes quiet. You hear, obviously, the occasional sound of the forest, though it's not nearly as noisy this late in the dead of night.
Alright.
You have nothing but the eerie glow of the flames in the distance, as well as those of the smoldering embers of the campfire and torches.
Oh.
Things are more or less still, though you know for a fact that there are plenty of things going bump in the night. I would like you to tell me where you're at in the camp and give me a perception check for your watch.
I'm gonna be on top of the log that's now facing on the side.
Alrighty. Go ahead. Alright. notice, as you're keeping watch, that additional flames start flickering out of the corner of your eye. Yes, these are here, of course, but then there's a flicker over here as well. And then over here. Every time you look, you don't see anything until eventually you outsmart it and look ahead. You see a flicker of light similar to this light source over here once or twice, and then you're able to follow it gradually as it darts around, and you start to anticipate where it may come up next. And it's a lot closer than the flames over here. This light suddenly appears, and you think you make out a shadow within the flames. Figures hovering in midair, seemingly just watching blankly. What do you do?
They don't seem to be doing anything aggressive yet, so
That is correct.
I'm gonna watch them. I'm gonna watch them and let them observe as I observe them. If they do anything aggressive, I'm gonna let out a roar to alert everyone else.
Alright. So, eventually, over the course of your watch, the lights began to increase. And there's more and more and more. And you start to discern a pattern. A pattern of lights coming from here and going out towards this general direction over the course of your watch. You see the flickers. You look. There's some shady individuals among the flames. And they pass on, going out. It's very mysterious and ethereal. You think that one such image appeared just over the camp. You're able to look up, and in the flames, you think you see the shriveled bodies of men.
She kind of nods to the person, but that's about it.
Okay. You nod, and the things look down at you. There's no eyes in their sockets. There's no lips around their teeth. Their skin is taut, dried, and leathery. You see bone poking out in areas, and muscle in others. Their clothes are ragged, and their hair is thinning and wispy.
They could be spirits that are just passing through.
Yeah, that's why she's just watching. He hasn't done anything aggressive yet, so she's just watching him very carefully.
Yeah, they don't do anything. And for whatever reason, you are fearless in sight of seeing the dead as it's passing over. So, cool.
I mean,
Nothing happens.
I've done training in this similar forest, probably. That's the small
Nope,
thing.
you haven't.
Oh, I
But
haven't.
anyway. No, I mean, this is a different forest.
True. I've done
So of
training
course you
in
haven't done
forest.
training here. Not all forests are overrun with ghostly spirits flying overhead, but
True.
it's cool. Okay, the evening passes uneventful. The morning comes, and while it's not bright with sun, you do have enough vision to see by in low light. The fires over here are gone. They're no longer visible.
But basically, through the rest of the night, after that, Guinevere has a hard time sleeping. Not saying she didn't scare her. She was holding still, watching them, making sure they didn't do nothing. Just being as watchful as she can.
As far as you know, they didn't do anything.
Yep.
They appear to just be going, wherever that is. So the caravan picks up camp, and you guys are back on the road. A new day happens, and you continue on your way.
I-
On your
Does Does Gwen tell us about what happened?
Yes, I do. I definitely do.
Well, go ahead and share.
So, I had an interesting sight last night. That was okay. So those red lights is apparently where spirits of the dead are, and they came across our camp and just walked by us. They didn't harm us or nothing. That's not funny,
It's super funny.
but yeah, that happened. So that was really creepy. They had
And
like
you didn't wake us up. They could have been dangerous.
they didn't do anything aggressive, so I had no need to wake you up.
How do we know?
I watched them, all of them carefully.
How do you know that they don't have auras or spells or have the ability to enter our dreams?
Is anyone in the caravan hurt?
I'm hurt. I'm hurt that you're wasting all my daylight.
See? So we're fine.
Well, I suppose let's get on with it again. If you see them again, I want to take a look at them.
And, well, she does go and describe you exactly how they look like.
Can I do a roll of some sort, see if they're familiar?
You can do a learning. See if you've heard of such a phenomenon before.
Nope.
You get a very solid feeling that you have not heard of them before. But still alive and seemingly intact and not possessed or any other shady sort, you think it's safe to move on from here. But perhaps you'll remember the flames and the ghostly figures in the night. Who knows what they were? Maybe you'll find out another time. Alright, so you guys continue down the trail. And eventually, after a few days of travel through the forest, you find what appears to be an end. As the line of trees far ahead of you breaks, and stretching out before you seems to be daylight. Finally reaching the end of the forest, you are able to take in a view of a mountainous terrain stretching out before you.
How beautiful. If
That
I were a
is-
painter, I would paint it. If I were a poet, I would write a poem about it. But alas, I make robots.
I
Make
mean,
a robot about it?
yeah, you could make a robot about it.
Oh, I could make a little diorama or something that moves. I don't know.
This is
Yeah.
my gear mountain.
She'll sketch an idea for a little, like, scene, I guess, with little birds flying through. Like, have you ever seen, like, well,
Yeah,
I haven't either, but I can imagine something. I don't know.
basically, yeah.
And just assume Baron's there, being spotted by the horses, you know.
Telling the horses stories.
Man, I want pizza now.
You
I
want
did
pizza?
too. Yeah, because
Yeah, I want. Because Baron's getting pizza.
Oh, he is. I had pizza just a few minutes ago.
oh
Before we
damn,
started.
Man, I feel like going on next. Oh, fudge. What's going on?
what was that?
1 second, guys.
What? Okay. That was really weird.
I'm assuming it was a phone call.
Yeah, but that was an interesting creature, of course. Apparently they were all passing through. Luckily.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't make him angry.
Yeah, I mean, Baron could have, by moving the ruin, he could have made him pretty angry. But no, they just seemed to pass through.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So maybe we were in the middle of like a ruined village or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's cool anyway. I did not sleep well after that at all.
No.
It's not funny.
What are my parents watching?
Alright. I'm just entertaining the chat.
Yeah, it's
Entertaining the chat.
late night talk show, I think.
Probably the late night show.
Neil deGrasse Tyson's on there. And some guy with an afro and a beard.
I have no idea who that is.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, he is a scientist.
Oh, wait, is that Bill Nye?
No, he's friends with Bill Nye.
Oh, okay.
You just ask if Neil deGrasse Tyson is Bill Nye.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought Bill Nye was not his real name. I thought it was like one of his stage names.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
My legs are itchy. It's not funny.
Scratched.
It's like every time I say something, he laughs in the background.
Mm-hmm.
It's not funny.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, huh?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh?
Nuh-uh.
If Claire and Gwyn had been raised together, oh, that would be so
I mean,
interesting.
we're basically catching up on sister time, so this would have happened at some point.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
I'm gonna check my Discord while we're waiting.
Yeah. Oh, there have been a lot of Chronicles of Valyria updates. Like,
I
they've
saw.
been... Yeah, all the tribe stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm just like, what's this all about?
Mm-hmm. So, they're kind of like the different, like, fantasy races with their own bonuses. And... Yeah, right now it sounds like Fennec Academy is gonna be sort of with the Naren? Like the sort
with
of...
the
like,
Naren.
yeah, the sort of, like, generic group that are good at learning.
Welcome back.
I'm back. It was actually a
Yay!
call from the CEO. Apparently, I butt dialed her at some point during the day, and she just now got back to me. Alright, well, let's get back to it. You guys were looking out at a mountain range and taking in the
Wait,
view.
hold on,
It
hold
is
on.
pretty spectacular.
What's up?
I had to switch back to my monitor.
Mm.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay. So, anything you want to do immediately at the transition of landscape or setting, or shall we continue on down what looks to
Sketch the
be
mountain.
sketch the mountain?
Yes.
Okay, let me sketch the mountain real quick. Here we go.
Scribble, scribble. Yeah, I'm done. She's probably not like No, I meant that's what she's gonna do. Not. Oh, never mind.
I'll give you all the mountains. I'm very compliant. Here we go.
It's just that Claire wanted to like draw a picture of it because it looked nice.
All right. And there's a little tree. Well, this kind of works because what happens is you guys come out of the forest up top, around about here. So there's the tree line. There's some more trees. And then somewhere up there is the part that you guys walk through. And so you are let out on this kind of cliff shelf, this high up area, and you are actually going to descend closer to sea level, and you're going to be taking this winding mountain pass through the mountains down.
Wait, so we are on a forest that leads
Yes.
to a mountain pass,
Yes.
and we were on near the top of a mountain.
This particular mountain? Yes.
So
Okay,
we're going uphill, or is this like?
we didn't go
You are
uphill.
going downhill.
We didn't go uphill at all.
Did we?
No.
No, you didn't.
So I'm like, wait, this doesn't make geographical sense at all. Fucking corrupted magic.
Unless you are automatically on the high ground.
Yeah, like maybe Valoth and the lake are above.
Oh, possibly, yeah.
Alright, so you guys come out to the mountain range, or at least this particular one, and you begin your descent. The caravans have to travel single file. They have been the whole journey, but now especially as there's no longer enough path to do it any other way. And the paths are not exactly well maintained, but they are wide enough and sturdy enough that you guys shouldn't have a problem. And you don't get far from the forest when the lookout needs to make a perception roll.
Gwen.
That would
Yep.
be Gwen. Alright, Gwen. You notice a speck of a figure in the distance leaning up against a cliff face. The rock is gray, as is this individual.
Can I make sense of them at all?
Yep, you think they're wearing a cloak.
I'm gonna wait till we get closer before calling up to him.
Alright, the caravan as a whole moves closer. The individual stays shrouded in their cloak. But you notice that the stature of the individual is very short, and you make out the cloak to be exactly that, just a cloak colored the color of the rocks for camouflage. You believe this to be potentially another one of the rangers in this area.
Greetings.
Sup?
Everything going okay out here in the mountains?
So far, nothing to report. Rocks. Lots of rocks.
Aye,
Are you
that'd be
of
true.
a large clan?
Yeah. What's to you?
You
We
met?
met, Roan.
Yeah, he's my cousin.
Nice to meet you again. One of you.
Again, this is the first time we met. You confused?
We are fond of your kin. They have been very helpful.
Ah, we found a good-looking toots like you, too.
Thank you.
Not you, Malfi.
Claire just sort of like covers herself up a little more. Thank you?
Actually, weren't you in panther form? Why are you even talking?
I can shift back and forward if I please.
Okay. Yeah, so this fella, he appears to be just another watcher of the trail, and this is likely the last you'll see of their kin until you come back this way, as they largely just may remain around this particular forest. This is probably the furthest out they come,
Hey,
or it's just mountain trails down to the city. And in fact, if you keep going...
I
Oh,
do
you
want
had
to
something
talk
say?
to him before continuing.
Okay. Yeah, what's up?
Hey man, do you ever hear about the spirits of the forest? These little red misshapen humans?
Ah, yeah. Those things from the temple? Yeah, them sorry sots been trapped there for centuries.
We ran into them last night. Didn't bother
Ran
them.
into them. They usually fly. You must have been looking for trouble if you did.
No, they just flew right next around our camp and then kept going on their way.
Yep, that's what they do. Every night they go out, every day they make it back.
Noted.
They never do seem to find a way out of the forest. One of the curses of the place, I suppose.
Thanks for the info.
Sir,
much.
is there... Oh, sorry.
Now, you say your piece, Sylvain.
Is there anything to worry about in these mountains?
Yeah, man. Trolls, giants, monsters, peoples, all sorts of things. Falling rocks, trail falling out from under you. Gotta mind yourself in the mountains. They're treacherous.
Perhaps you could help lead us?
Afraid I can't. And aren't you supposed to be vanguardings?
Well, we are not familiar with this area.
Just stick to the trail. You'll be fine.
Any tips on attacking if they attack us?
Yep. Don't hold back.
And don't fall off.
Good tip.
Thank you for your time. And she continues to sort of clutch at her shirt.
Cool.
I hug my sister.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. You guys get to a very advantageous spot. And from that position, you're able to look down over the mountains. Down, down, far below, several miles down and away, you think you make out the perimeter of Kaikat. And you imagine it's only a matter of days before you arrive.
Looks like we're almost there.
Where'd Baron go? He's still gone? I thought he was just getting a pizza.
I'm back. I was muted. I thought I was talking to you guys.
So Baron's been talking to himself this entire time, basically.
About 2 or 3 minutes when you mentioned me, I'm like, oh, so they can't hear me. What?
So, Baron, what were you thinking of the Grey Little Ranger and the mountain range and all that stuff?
They were very picturesque. I would like to visit and paint a picture one day.
I did not know you were so artistic, Baron.
Does Baron
Baron?
realize he's artistic?
My body is an art piece. Am I not artistic?
That's just a matter of perspective.
It's like he chiseled himself out of the stones that you walk upon.
My dad apparently appreciated the joke.
Cool.
I'm wearing headphones. Anyways.
He just likes laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You guys continue down. The mountains are indeed treacherous, but you think following the ranger's advice may prove prudent.
Alright. We do that.
Ah, I remember. Okay. So at this point, I'll go ahead and have the lookout make another perception roll.
I'm assuming you're a panther again?
Yeah. I'll talk and then switch back to panther form
Gwyn?
after the conversations. I usually will talk and then shift back to panther form after the conversation is done.
What do you see, Panther?
Apparently everything.
I exploded.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so the panther is riding along, walking along, however you're doing it, you sniff the air, you twitch your ears, and you discern that there's a great multitude of birds up ahead. The group, slowly but surely, winds its way around one of the mountains, ridges, and further down the trail, you see the birds you sensed. There's a great flock of them. A murder, if you will. And
Of crows?
of crows.
Okay.
Tons and tons of crows.
Um,
They're not like giant or anything, but they're bigger than regular crows, and they appear to be gorging on what you smell to be a pile of corpses.
I think we should avoid. Shift back to normal. Be like, I think we should avoid the crows as best as possible.
Impossible. If you want the carts through, they're going to have to go down the road. And if they're going down the road, you're going to be traveling right by the crows and the pile of corpses.
Is there any like trees and branches nearby?
You guys have left forest behind. This terrain is mostly rugged. There is next to no vegetation.
Do we have any sticks in the wagon?
Oh yeah, you probably have some sticks.
I'm
Maybe
going
some
to fashion a scarecrow.
Why don't you?
Sticks, my jacket, and
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Okay. Alright, so you're able to put the two sticks together in a cross shape. You then hang your jacket on it.
and
And
then
you kind of have a makeshift scarecrow. How do you wish to...
well, the scarecrow is just a pretense for me to flex at the crows.
Okay.
I'm going to hold it, but I'm really just flexing some more.
Oh, did you go through?
I'm trying to scare the scarecrows. That's been
See,
intimidating.
So the caravanners are watching Bear, and they're like, "Oh, he's doing something. This is gonna be good." And then he just spontaneously starts flexing as he's waving his very shoddy scarecrow around.
Be afraid, scarecrow. Be afraid.
You mean
You
crows?
want the scarecrow to be afraid?
Yeah, you mean crows?
It's like the one exploded twice, 2 or 3 times, in fact. But that one gave you one. So yeah, pretty good roll. You're pretty flexing. But the scarecrows themselves are not really intimidated. They
The
acknowledge your
crows.
presence. Yeah, the scarecrows, that is. The murder of
crows!
scarecrows! No, they're scarecrows now.
Uh-oh.
So we got murder of scarecrows. They're all eating these corpses, and one of them plucks out an eyeball and just looks at Baron and just starts nomming on the eyeball, staring at Baron right in the eye.
It's not working. They do not fear thy scarecrow.
My turn. I'm gonna try to do the same thing, but with a roar of my panther.
Alright, go ahead and give me a presence.
Presence?
See if your overwhelming presence... Isn't that a skill? Isn't that an ability?
Yeah, there's presents.
Well, wait,
Yeah, so
what
you're
about
gonna
if I just use myself and do influence?
Oh, is that... Maybe that's the one. I
No,
was
that's...
thinking of.
That does allow. It does allow for like if I.
Oh, it's an extraordinary thing.
Influence is more for mental business.
Yeah.
I'm really
I mean-
wanting you just to overwhelm them with your panther's presence. The roar, the snarl.
I got 0 in presence. Either or.
But influence, well, influence is mainly mental stuff. You're not gonna think them to death. You're gonna want to startle them and scare them away, I'm assuming, right?
More or less, yes.
Yeah, so you'll want to use
Oh wait,
the
no.
presence.
I can use influence to cast phantasm, and create a giant version of Baron as a ghost.
But you're still in leopard form, aren't you? Or panther form,
I can
right?
switch. I switched back. I had a better idea.
Okay, you switch back. You got to keep me abreast of this. 'Cause
Sorry.
I can only operate on what you tell me.
Sorry.
So you switch back to your human form, realizing that you're probably not going to overwhelm them just by being panthery.
Yeah.
You would like to mentally attack them all. Right.
Basically, I create a illusionary manifestation to deceive the senses. Some examples. So,
All right. And what is the target of that ability?
It's influence versus resolve.
All right.
Are you able to do it to all of them?
I'm creating an illusionary manifestation around Baron of his extraordinary might, making him look even bigger than he was.
Oh,
So
great.
you don't.
But the
need-
end goal is to make Baron look scary enough to intimidate the crows into flying off.
Okay.
Yes.
Right?
More advanced.
Yes. Basically.
All right. Let me go ahead and do a thing, and I will have you roll that. All right. Let's see here. You have cast Phantasm. You hit a 19, so that'd be sufficient enough to get a level 4 in influence. What is your influence rank currently?
My influence rank is 4.
All right. So you can achieve power level 4 in Phantasm.
E.
What does it do?
I didn't put that down on that thing. See, what is that one? That's a.
I'm assuming you're doing something big and scary, like a stampede of horses or a massive.
All right, level 4 is man a 10 by 10 by 10 area phantasm. You manifest it.
So it's strong enough to enshroud Baron in whatever.
And it affects,
Phantasm.
and I can infect all the senses, so it has physicalness looking to him. So it's like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I create another version of him, stronger, bigger, right behind him. Like he's just summoned the legit muscle spirit.
Oh, the muscle spirit. Alright, what?
All right.
How much advantage do I get?
I'll give you 1 point of advantage, as it looks like there's now 2 of you.
One bigger than the other.
It's
I mean, in the end, you're just another man, but that extra dice appears to be worth it. As you have reached a high enough level of success, I'm willing to have the crows fly away, cawing angrily at you as they fly off. So your 2 forms hulk over them, casting a shadow that blots out the sun, and they're all just
Spooked.
Yeah, that's spooked. That's I'm like, yes, that worked.
away from the pile of corpses.
Oh,
You really cut out.
Yeah,
there.
you really cut out for about a good minute.
Yeah.
You guys are really cutting out bad for me too.
No,
a
you're
little,
okay.
yeah. This card seems to be.
I mean, you two sound fine. I mean, it's just Novama.
It's always Novama.
Yeah, there's only so much I can do. Actually, on my phone right now, I think. Oh, I know what's wrong.
What? Oh. That's what's wrong.
What?
He left the, I think he just crashed.
Oh.
Because he's no longer in the GM thing.
Hmm.
That was good. I imagine, Baron, you basically just look behind yourself and see yourself as a giant muscle spirit.
So me and myself just. Let me find it.
Do you like? Do you just like? What the fuck? Oh yeah. I'm hoping to make you think it was actually you that did that.
Well, it was him technically.
I'm looking for the video to
Okay.
go with.
Pokeball. It's a Pokeball I'm playing with. It's my little.
All these are too long. I'm looking for a shorter version.
Try Vine. I don't think the website is deleted. It's just unusable.
Arnold and Dylan are just both me. We just clap hands together. We're just like in this handshake arm wrestle. Like a long lost friend.
Basically, yeah. The best thing about this is because I've got level 4, you can actually touch him. And it would feel like you're touching him. Yeah, Nova got cut out.
Oh.
So this is Baron
Dylan!
and Baron.
You son of a bitch.
Just Baron and Baron. One's like a phantasm, so he's like a different shade of color, I guess.
It's more like he'd be like... He'd look incorporeal. Like you could see through him a bit. But you could see his muscles. You can actually see how the defining of your muscles, how it's so much more defined, bigger. If this does not boost Baron's ego, I don't know what will.
Oh, it's he's feeling great about himself. He's simply looking at himself in the future.
Do you think you just did that though? That's the question.
Yes. Unless told otherwise, he believes that his muscle spirit manifested into a system on its own accord.
Yeah, you totally believe like I did that.
Thank you, muscle spirit. You aided me when I needed help most.
You're welcome, muscle man. It can actually speak.
And then I flex, and then he flexes, and then it's not like the,
No, he flexes and then pops.
I'll see you again.
I kind of lean over to Claire and be like, "That was totally me, by the way." You hear me, Claire?
Huh?
I kind of lean over to you and kind of be like, "That was totally me." I mean,
Whoa!
hey, welcome back.
Back.
We were keeping the masses entertained while you were doing that, talking about how Baron got so happy that his muscle spirit was with him.
So what was that about the crows and the bodies?
They flew away.
Yay!
You guys are now free to move on. I mean, you were still free to move on. They were just birds, but now you're especially free to move on.
We don't.
I want to look at the bodies, find out what killed them.
It's true. You would want to know that. Go ahead and mosey on up and give me a perception, a logic, and or a learning.
What does the crew of the caravan think of it? Of the
Logic?
Of the display? No, of the display that we gave them. Of Baron's might.
Novama?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering what the
I
crew.
rolled.
Alright, so what you have gained from analyzing the bodies And I wonder if we're using learning wrong. Anyway, you rolled well enough that you can discern that the bodies are those of decomposing elves. Aram, in particular, is disturbed by this. There's just so many. There's at least a few dozen stacked in a pile, all of them rotting away. And you notice from your learning that some of them appear to have died from wounds. Like this wasn't some disease or some other fall off a cliff or something like that. Like these were killed people and they were stacked here.
I kind of bow my head in the like, wish to be well, and I do talk to the rest of the crew, be like, keep an eye out. There might be the people who killed them might still be here.
Perhaps you could scout ahead for us? Or perhaps we should stay together.
I'm going to stay together at this point. The forest I'm safe with. The mountain's a different story.
Well, you guys in the Vanguard would have very basic knowledge, but you would have at least this. You would know that if you proceed along with the caravan, no matter how good your lookout is, when you see them, they will likely see you if there's anything ahead. The best bet for finding something before it finds you is to send a scout out first.
I guess I'd go Panther and go looking around.
Well, you guess you can do whatever you want, but if you don't group decision this, you just suddenly flake and run off, what's everyone else going to think?
True. Alright. I think I'll scout ahead. What do you guys think?
Be safe, sister.
Yell loudly for me if you need assistance. My quads will move at maximum speed to assist.
I'm sure your muscle spirit will be able to help you as well.
And Claire's just gonna sort of follow behind her for a while, and then once she sort of reaches a certain point, she just kind of stays behind and just sort of looks very sad and worried.
I'm gonna be like, is there like a high ground, low ground in the mountainous area?
If you look, you'll notice there's a lot of high grounds, and if you fall, a lot of low grounds.
I'm gonna stay up to the high point of the caravan and kind of watch the caravan and watch ahead of us as I climb up to a higher point as a panther.
Or are you just like not going ahead, just sort of being above us?
I'm gonna be above you guys enough to where I can look out farther, but I'm also gonna be a bit ahead.
Okay.
That will not aid you other than to give your lookout perception checks. Maybe an extra die.
Alright, I'm gonna at
So
least
it
go.
wouldn't be scouting. It's not scouting unless you go out and actually scout.
Then yeah, I'll go out and actually scout. That's how that works.
Alright. Would you like to stealth, or are you just going to be walking down the path ahead of everybody?
Stealth. What is stealth?
Stealth in this would likely fall under agility.
Okay, yeah, I can stealth.
Well, anyone can stealth. It's just you're saying you can stealth well.
I can stealth pretty well, yeah.
Alright, let's see you stealth well.
Well, shit.
Yep, that's kind of what I thought. So, you slink off into the mountains. Your black fur blending in rather nicely with the dark stone. You quietly move around the mountain. You have a bit more maneuverability than the average person, though this terrain isn't really suited to your type of animal. You are able to continue on, and you aren't in any immediate risk of falling. However, as you're moving, you may want to be keeping a lookout. So go ahead and give me a perception check to see if, as you're moving around, you see anything. You do actually see something. You look up and you see what appears to be a shadowy figure disappearing behind a kind of a shelf jutting out of one of the rocks ahead of you. you think there may be someone up there.
I kind of growl a little bit, but I don't roar yet.
Yeah, you can growl a little bit. Any purpose or just animal noises?
I'm gonna look towards him as a panther and kind of growl a little bit as seeing him.
You're gonna do what?
I'm gonna try to appear threateningly.
Well, the figure, whoever or whatever it was, disappeared. Like they ducked back down and out of view. So there's nothing to really growl at.
I'm gonna growl at where he was.
Alright, yeah, go ahead and give me a presence if you would like to intimidate them.
He's gonna be a straight natural 20. So. That. Because it's not plus anything. What?
Okay, so your 10 is pretty much going off kind of like this. Arrgh. Now, how scared of me were you just now?
Not really.
Not really.
That's exactly how the people that you may have been growling out felt. In this case, rocks. So,
Well, I mean,
even less so.
he could have been hiding behind the rock.
Oh yeah, he totally could have been hiding. But in this particular case, you have growled at nothing that you are aware of.
Stop for a bit and look around to see if there's anything else around.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Give me an art perception check. Alrighty.
Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm just coordinating the thing that's pretty much going to happen because, well, regardless of your perception checks, they saw you first.
Saw me first?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just gave you the option to see them when they saw you. Unfortunately, the one dude you saw was the bait, and this fella is actually the one behind you that you didn't notice. Which, yeah, until now. But he's already gonna take his turn to attack you.
Okay.
So, here it comes. Let me go ahead and roll it for you. And this is going to be versus your... Oh, what's going on? This is going to be versus your guard.
Nope.
And it misses as a knife pretty much sinks into the stone at your feet. It looks like his aim was off. But now that you're aware of him, we're going to go ahead and start turn order. There is more than one. You'll have at least one other fellow to deal with for the moment. Okay. Both of them are in high places. You'll have to climb up after them or do a very impressive jump. Meanwhile, they're able to leer down at you and just chuck daggers at you until they feel you are good and ready for harvest. Looks like they may be after your pelt.
Okay.
They get to go again, as the first round was just them getting the jump on you. So this guy's gonna go ahead.
Don't we gotta roll initiative after they do the surprise?
We would roll initiative, but there's only two of you.
What about the guy behind her? Or in front of her?
The point is, they go at the same time. The enemies go at the same time.
Okay.
So it's pretty much going to be them, you, and you. And because they got surprised, they automatically go first anyway.
I was just gonna roar.
I mean, you can roar all you want, but it's not your turn yet.
Alright. Go ahead.
19 versus guard.
That hits. Wait,
And
no,
the
that's
different-
that's exactly my guard.
Alright, then they do 3 damage to you as one of the knives sinks into, or slices your fur. Alright. Anything else? Nope, I guess it's their turn. You
What?
get one more attack from the other guy.
Okay.
15.
Nope.
Alright, your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna roar, let everyone know that we got a fight over here, because you did that before.
Unfortunately, your roar echoes through the mountains. So while they hear it, where you're at isn't necessarily obvious as you are out scouting. The point of the scout is to see, to notice, and to come back.
Mm.
Shooting out a roar doesn't really help them, especially in the mountains as you are.
And now Claire's panicking.
Yeah, it's like they might even know from the nature of your roar that there's trouble, but all they can do is hurry down the path and hope that you are somewhere on a path that they can get to up ahead.
Okay.
How high could I fly?
You can
Aaron will
fly
use his
as high as you
powerful
want.
legs.
You gotta have a certain movement power level.
Well, I mean, I have flight as one of my spell thingies.
Yeah, but you have to
I
have
believe
movement.
you
It's
can
movement.
go as high as you want. It's just a matter of how fast can you go.
So
No,
can I go
it's
like
flight.
high up in the air and be like, "Oh, that's where she is"?
Well, flight's power level starts at 4.
I think it starts at 5, but I have that.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly. Maybe. Hopefully.
Well, we'll go ahead and have Gwen take her turn.
okay.
She uses it to roar.
And then I'm gonna charge one of the
um,
people.
Yeah, you can move. You can't attack.
Kinda. If
I was
I can move,
assuming you did. You can move. Yeah.
if I can move, I'm gonna try and dip out of the way.
Okay. If you run away, you can try getting out of their line of sight.
That's my basic idea in hiding.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do an agility roll to acrobatically, try to slink away from them. Maybe even stealthily. 15 is fairly decent, but they will have the ability to try and pursue. So their turn rolls around. I'm assuming by this point you guys are made aware, and so next turn you'll be able to act when Gwen does.
Yay!
Alright. They don't necessarily have anything extra for this, so we'll just see what they roll.
Oh dear.
So one of them is able to see you, and he alerts the other one, and they give chase, leaping along cliff edges and keeping up with you. You are not able to get away. And for the man, I'll say that they burn their action to look for you. No, wait a second. That's actually a minor action, isn't it?
It's at least a bonus action, but they still gotta be able to keep up with me.
Well, they did that easily enough. Alright, so they will both get attacks. They obviously couldn't maintain boons if they had any, but they are currently not using any. So they will attack. That one hits for 3. Oh wait, I gotta re-roll the 10. This could hurt a little extra.
So,
Alright. So you take a total of 4 damage that time.
okay. What's the total damage that you said I had to take?
4.
And plus the ones
Oh.
earlier.
Yeah, last turn.
Yeah, you had to take 3 from the one that hit you. The other guy missed, I believe. Oh,
So
wait.
if her guard was the exact same as the attack damage.
3 damage minimum.
Ah.
Alright,
Second attack's only 16.
does not hit.
Alright. Is your turn, Gwen, as well as the party. We'll start with Gwen first, and then we will go to Claire.
Okay, I'm actually heading my way back towards the compound, the
Caravan.
caravan. And I'm gonna keep heading my way there as well.
Yep, go ahead and give me another
Um,
agility check to see. Slip
Quick
away
question
unseen.
though. As an animal, I can still use alteration spells. That's what we decided, right?
Technically, you can use an alteration spell as an action, yes.
Okay, I want to animate a plant to grab one of those guys, grab one of their legs, using summon creature, because I can animate the plants around me. It's actually a druid thing.
So the point is, you're trying to do an immobilized Bane on one of them using your alteration ability.
Yes.
Aren't you currently a panther?
Yes, but you said I could do it if it's alteration. Alteration is shapeshift.
No, 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 no. You have no supernatural abilities when you're in your animal form.
It's just trying to do that. If not, I'm just gonna make my way towards them and then hide.
Oh, agility roll, please.
Damn it.
Alright. They will be... We'll see. They'll both... No. My apologies. It is Claire's turn. And
Alright,
her
so-
clocking with you.
So it's really stupid for Claire to be flying up in the air, but she's really worried about her sister. So, I mean, she's basically gonna alert everyone like where the caravan is, but she doesn't really care right now. So,
Alright. So you're going to go ahead and use the boon. You successfully nail it. You are able to get
Fly.
wings
yeah.
and fly, what, 10 feet at a time?
Yeah, the movement speed is 10.
Does it say sustain as a major action or just casting the
No,
flight ability?
casting it is a major action. Sustaining is like the regular stuff.
Cool. Alright. So you have flight now. You may move 10 feet.
Yay! I want to go up.
Alright. You go up 10 feet.
Am I able to like see over the cliffs and stuff yet?
You think you'll probably want to move a little bit more than that, and maybe you'll get a bird's eye view after that.
Okay.
Right now, 10 feet, it just puts you, I mean, just a little bit above Baron's head. So we'll need a little more effort. After Claire, what
No, wait,
about
no.
McLaughlin?
No, wait, she was on top of Clocklocken and she casted flight.
Right, so she's only 20 feet in the air. Meaning she's only less than 10 feet from Baron, her feet are. Like, he could jump up and
Okay.
grab her.
Okay.
She's not that high yet.
Okay.
So, Kerklocken, what are you doing?
I mean, he doesn't really have any like fly or anything, so it's like just gonna stay there for now.
Baron, what would you like to do?
Alright, so I pick up my standard spear and I go charging towards wherever I heard the roar. Just trying to
Well-
look for something.
I think we're gonna have you use a miner to find a direction, but it's gonna be really hard because her roar just echoed throughout the mountains. So it's we'll see. We'll see if you can find a discernible direction. That's the correct path. I'm gonna put it at a 20 plus because it's gonna be hard.
Alright.
Go, Baron!
What do I roll again? Which one?
Perception, please.
Here we go. Oh.
Alright, so imagine you're in a canyon and you hear sounds echoing all around you.
Hi.
Like, that's pretty much
I'll
how
just yell out
accurate.
the, "Where are you?" And back in the canyon.
Yeah.
You'll just
Yeah.
hear it echo.
Where? Are you? Here.
So would he just sort of charge down the path?
I mean, that's all he really can do. So Baron can go ahead and charge down the path, but who knows if you'll find where she is in particular.
Yep, I'm just gonna just go down there.
Yep.
Just tell me what I find.
So you'll probably run into each other at some point, because she knows where you guys are at, and she's gonna be gradually working her way towards you. However, she may or may not take the same path you do to get to you, so you actually might wind up passing each other if you're not careful.
I don't
All
think
right,
I can
so-
miss Baron.
You might not miss Baron, but Baron can miss you.
True.
That's what I'm saying. So
Barris
see what
sticks out like a
happens.
sore thumb.
yeah, like flag waving in the distance and all that. I'm thinking, yep,
Trudging,
there's
crashing
Baron.
into things. Oh look, Mark is here.
Yeah, Sigmund's here. Sigmund's probably in the caravan. He's like, what's going on, guys?
Taking a nap.
He's just taking a nap, crisis going on, and he's just chilling. Because, I mean, while you guys are running around, the caravan's just trucking along. They don't care. Nothing's attacking them yet. Alright, it is these rogues' turn. They're gonna both... They need to find your 10. So they're gonna go ahead and roll. One apiece.
Yep.
Both of them find you, and they don't even have to coordinate. They just chuck daggers at the panther as you're slinking away. Miss epically.
Yay!
And another miss. Seems very familiar. Yep, so you just got daggers chinking into the stone behind you, and you're narrowly avoiding them as you gradually make your way back, going over rock, under shelf, and so on. Your turn again, Gwen.
Alright, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing and run and hide.
Alright, another agility, please.
Yay!
Much better. They will be hard-pressed to find you now. And we'll say, I'm just going to make them roll right now to see if they even have a chance. And while they were close, both of them lost sight of you. You have successfully evaded the bandits. However, where they are is now unknown to everyone. Baron, you keep on charging. Eventually, Gwen sees you, but I'll go ahead and give you a perception check to give you a chance of seeing her as well.
She pounces you.
Oh my god.
Even as you pounce me, I don't notice.
So it's like, Baron, you're just charging headlong, get your spear out, you're like, I'm coming!
Then black fuzziness in your face.
More
Wait, what?
like Baron runs underneath you, and even though you leap, you're still being stealthy and whatnot. So Baron just uses his turn to fly right on by you. You're gonna have to use your next turn to catch up to him and say, hey Baron. Meanwhile, Claire, you were flying.
Yes, going up in the air even more.
Okay. At this point, you're another 10 feet in the air. You may sacrifice your action to go up another 10 feet if you like, and I would say you would have sufficient area to, I guess, look around.
Yeah.
However, you couldn't make a perception check, as a perception check is currently being the action you would take to do the perception check is currently maintaining your flight ability. So you'll have to use your action on your next turn if you want to do a perception check.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Kerclock is just chilling. Meanwhile, the caravan's slowly but surely motoring its way down the mountain pass. Gwen, it's your turn again. You
Yep.
may try to stop the Baron from, I guess, rushing downhill to somebody's doom.
I'd shift back into my normal form again, calling out, Baron!
We can hear you, Sigmund. Mark.
Where are you?
Behind you!
Get out there! He's not looking down. He's just looking directly behind him.
Wait a second. How are you stopping your momentum, Baron?
I find a boulder and I just crash into it.
Smash! Baron emerges from the rubble and debris with smoke and
Did
coming
the hunters
off
get
of
scared?
Did the what?
Did the hunters get scared?
You don't know.
Should I roll might to see how mighty my rock smash was?
Hey, you can, if you intentionally smash into that rock, you may roll a might check.
Hell yeah.
The rock is gone!
So you just
Keep running through
smash into that rock, just, and yeah, it was pretty mighty, pretty impressive. You come out without a scratch. Meanwhile, the rock, not so much.
Baron versus boulder.
Baron wins. I do call out and let you know that I'm behind you.
Hey, Baron,
Oh.
you notice that there's a panther, but
I
somehow it's
shift back.
talking.
I shift back to normal first.
Okay.
I did say that.
Not bad. I was too busy focusing on the man destroying the mountainside. Alright. So you guys have reunited. Baron, the person you were searching for, is found. And she appears to be alright, though there may be a few cuts on her body.
So I keep the damage I took
Correct.
from them, and I put it
Yeah,
on.
you're not safe yet.
You're looking at the scruffle. Were there thorns?
Because I got more HP than I do have for the Black Panther. My normal form does. So.
Looks like you have 20, so it'd probably come down by the amount of damage you took.
Okay.
You can modify your token, that way we keep track of it between sessions if we need, because we are going to be ending here soon, and there's going to be some stuff to do next week.
Alright.
Alright.
Oh, I bet there's like a thing I can put on my character that's like, oh, I'm flying.
Well, unless anyone has anything else, you two gradually make it back. The caravan meets you part way. Kerclocken is clopping along underneath his host, who is slowly but surely floating along, and she may make perception checks. Is there anything in particular you are searching for?
Oh, now that she's found her friend, her sister, sorry. She's probably gonna look around to see if there's any enemies nearby.
Makes sense to me. Go ahead and perception roll, and because you're so high, I'll go ahead and give you advantage on the roll. +1.
Oh, jeez.
Damn.
Unfortunately, it was like some dust or something got in your eye. Being up there so high, the wind kind of buffets the mountainside, and you may have got some grit in your eye when you're looking around.
Get down, Claire.
You come down with rubbing your eye and thinking, ow.
We got hunters ahead. Raiders, at least.
Based on the wounds on Gwen and the wounds you discerned on the elvish corpses, you think that it was likely the raiders or bandits that Gwen's speaking of that probably created those corpses. So, you think there's a problem, and likely if you take this slow, plodding caravan through there, you are probably going to get attacked. And it's not uncommon for bandit groups to be many in number. So that said, we are going to wrap up the session here with whatever role play you think is necessary. Otherwise, everyone gets 1 XP point who participated. And we will begin again next week with you guys continuing to aid Arum's caravan to Kaikai. And hopefully everyone will be alive to see the city.
I have coffee.
Gwen, why were you injured? No.
It's okay. It's just... Yeah, bandits. They wanted my pelt as a panther, apparently.
So is she gonna heal
Yeah.
by next session?
If you guys take a rest, she will heal next session. But for now, she'll remain injured because you don't know when these guys are going to attack next.
I was
So
just gonna
unless-
use regeneration.
Well, you can go ahead and use your boon then.
Damn it!
Nope, no heals.
I'll do my heal.
In fact, because you failed, both of you failed. So the setback for that is neither one of you can use any more heals for the remainder of the day.
Ooh.
Shit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make a note of that because this is gonna create tension. It means you won't just magically heal now, meaning you're gonna need to be very careful in what you do going forward. However, Baron still has some degree of heals I believe he can use. What I'm gonna say is
I cannot.
Baron doesn't
I
know
can heal.
heals?
I'm a protection user. I'm not crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you
Sigmund.
had heal on you.
That was the other weightlifter.
Alright. Well, anyway, you guys are injured. At
Yep.
least one of you is. You are weary from travel, but you're on the home stretch. You just know that the mountains are crawling with dangerous bandits, which you as Vanguard, even though you're not in Valith territory, would be obligated to deal with.
Yeah.
So, in the coming session, you will have to choose. Do we hunt down these bandits? Do we simply protect the caravan? And we're kind of injured. If we go off on our own, we might be safer than staying with the caravan. So you have some options available to you, and some choices to make by next week. But we will pick this up next week, and I hope everyone had fun.
Yes. It
Yep.
was.
Yep.
Also, for the flying, there is a halo with wings on near the bottom of the icons.
Yeah, I saw that.
Alright, I know that this was a little fast and furious and whatnot, but unfortunately my internet is acting up, so I wasn't able to kind of, play the music and the high-res images.
Well, that was a good session either way, and we'll see each other next time next Thursday.
Yay!
Good deal.
Yourself out there and